Chapter 5 Execution. Nevaeh wakes up, the bright lights beaming down on her bed and the room filled with everyone talking to one another. They are all so cheery and delighted, sitting up straight and greeting each other with the same, "Good morning, how did you sleep?" Nevaeh clearly didn't fit in with the crowd. She hid under her blanket once more until the sound of the alarm went off, indicating it was time for the first meal. She groggily gets up, puts on her shoes, and follows everyone else, rubbing her eyes and yawning simultaneously. Everyone files into the dining room once more, following the same routine. Once they are done, Amir walks over to Nevaeh, who seems to be feeling a lot better than before. Amir taps on Nevaeh's shoulder. "Are you ready?" "Yeah, almost," replies Nevaeh, stuffing her leftover virolith in her mouth. They walk out of the dining room, both with torches, and walk the same path they did to go to Amir's workroom. Nevaeh uses the same map to memorize the path, repeating to herself the turns in chronological order and adding a new turn once she remembers the first couple. They are back in the workroom and go behind the large box that seems to be the control panel. Amir presses a couple of buttons, rearranges some of the cords, and turns 4 knobs. Amir adjusts some of the knobs until they are perfectly aligned with how they were supposed to be. "Okay, it's ready. Go back to the entrance of the alley and let me know if there's anything." "Okay." Nevaeh turns around and goes back into the darkness with her torch leading her path and uses her fingers to trace the route. Eventually, she is back at the intersection that connects the common rooms once more and walks down the long hallway and leads to the entrance. As she gets closer to the large white rectangle that illuminates the alley, she notices a static-looking oval that has a spiral in the center. "Whoa," she says in amazement, her eyes locked on the 8-foot portal in front of her. She runs back to Amir's workroom, this time using the song she made to help memorize each turn. She makes it back to the room. She leans the torch along the wall and places her hands on her knees, breathing heavily. "So, did it work?" Amir asks, with excitement and curiosity. "Yeah, it was amazing." She tries to catch her breath, taking a deep breath every other word. "It's a huge portal, and I guess leads to the outside world. You should see it for yourself." They both walk out of the room and go back to the entrance, this time Amir leading the way. They get there, but nothing appears. "What? It was just there, I swear." "Are you sure?" "Yes, I saw it with my own eyes. It was an 8-foot portal that reached the ground. It had a blue static-looking outer oval and the spiral that moved its way from the outside to the center." "Okay, I believe you. Here, let's try it again. I'll rig up the same settings as last time and change it to the ones I put on. Then you come back here, but see if you can get through it." "Okay, I'll stay here and wait." Amir walks back to the workroom, changes the settings of the software to its original place, and switches it to his, turning the same knobs, pressing the same buttons, and switching the same wires. Nevaeh stares outside the alley into the real world, seeing a person walk by every once in a while. She bangs on the invisible wall, trying to get their attention, but no one notices. She sits back on the floor, her back leaning against the wall, disassociating. After what feels like forever, the portal appears from out of nowhere. A random dot appears in the middle of the entrance and begins to spark. It spirals out into an oval, and another spiral appears in the center. Nevaeh stands up and walks close to the portal. She points at the portal with her index finger, moving it closer to the sparking portal. She keeps going until she hits a wall, the same wall she has been banging on to get the people's attention. Nevaeh sighs in disappointment, picks up her torch, and goes back to Amir's workroom. She walks inside. "So I'm guessing nothing happened?" Nevaeh nods. What if we try it every day and see if anyone from the other side sees what we're seeing?" "Is it worth all that time and effort, though?" Nevaeh asks. "You will never know unless you try." "I guess." Her shoulders are slumped and she slowly walks back to the commons room. They repeat the same schedule every single day, but nothing happens. No one responds. Until one day, Nevaeh was sitting down in the same spot she always does, and a lady appeared in front of the alley entrance. Nevaeh stands up, quickly facing the lady directly, the blue static glowing against her face. The lady looks confused and looks around, moving her hair in different directions, not knowing what is in front of her. She sticks her arm into the portal, right in front of Nevaeh. Nevaeh moves back, confused. She grabs her arm. The lady pulls her arm back fast, looking at it and holding her arm as she looks at the portal, her eyes frantically moving and her breathing fast. She puts her arm back into the alley. Nevaeh grabs it again out of curiosity. The lady pulls as hard as she can, and Nevaeh moves closer to the lady. Nevaeh's arm goes outside of the portal and into the real world. The lady's eyes widen at the sight. Nevaeh walks through the invisible wall that used to be there and into the real world. The lady lets go of Nevaeh's arm and stands there shocked, her eyes stuck on Nevaeh. Nevaeh freezes. her face full of confusion and stunned by what happened. She turns around. The portal disappears, a gray wall far away from them replacing it. What just happened? I was in... What? Nevaeh's words come out jumbled. I'll explain later, the lady responds.